Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Wednesday, guys. Currently driving, so please bear with me with all this background noise. So I want to respond to the recording I made on yesterday in regards to aging women / quote unquote, are they low value, independence, all that good stuff. So I received a ton of emails from women who all agreed that basically this is something that has not been talked about. Again, in the recording I was saying that society says you should be married by a certain age, etc., but you don't hear people talk about the women who did follow, I guess, societal norms or rules in regards to marrying young, and then the marriage didn't work out later on in life, etc. So many women agree that that topic is not talked about a lot. I also want to be sure that I stated in the recording on yesterday, in my opinion, one way is not right or wrong, meaning if you choose to do it that way, if you choose to follow societal norms, or just maybe it's religion for you, please do it your way. I think that's amazing. But again, I'm a person who stands on my own personal beliefs, and I do not follow the masses, right? I do what works for me. And so when saying that, that's leading up into this conversation about confidence. So many people talk about my confidence and my self-esteem and things like that, and I'm grateful for that. But I know some of you guys are newer to the channel. But one thing that I always say, and I'll always remain to say, is at the end of the day, I'm still a woman, right? So I'm grateful that you guys see this confidence in me, but I'm still a woman, and I deal with my own issues like every woman does. But the issue with lack of confidence is it should not be a cloud over your head on a daily basis, meaning it's okay to have a moment, right? We're human. You're going to have a moment every now and then, but your lack of confidence shouldn't be ruling your life. And so two of you asked me to give tips on a few different things. One person was more so less tips on confidence, and the other person, again, I'm driving, I'm sorry, I don't have the email pulled up. Someone is freshly out of a divorce, but she feels like she really wants to expand her range of men in different areas, and so she wanted some tips on that. So here goes. So again, I'm a firm believer, this is my opinion, confidence comes from when you know who you are within. Most importantly, when you know who you are within God. It's just something supernaturally about God will bless you and give you grace when you are your true, authentic self. Believe it or not, most people are not their true, authentic self for different reasons. Traumas can change a person, right? And allow you to walk around with this mask on. Just not having that self-esteem very early on. So there's many reasons, are just trying to fit in, right, with others. So there's many reasons on why a person is not okay with being their true, authentic self. Maybe that stability was not built very early on, just in childhood or whatever. But whatever the issue is, you have to tap into the issue on what is triggering your lack of confidence. It's so important to be able to identify what it is, because you have to go back there, sit in it, and dig that root up. Was it bullying in school? Was it that bad marriage, right? Was it something that maybe your mother said to you because in your mind she liked the other siblings better? Whatever it is, you gotta recognize first what has triggered you to not be confident within yourself. Then you invite God in and ask God to help you root that thing up and then expel it, right? After that, you have to be honest with yourself. What is it about yourself that you don't like? Not what someone else have told you. Because see, what I've learned is no one can trigger you if you're solid in a certain area. If something stings, then that means that you are already fickle in that area. When you're solid, nothing can shake you. So if something such as a video from modern day men, who some of them are just really, really hurt and broken by soulless women that they chose, and now they're trying to redirect all that energy onto women in general, right? Regardless of what they say, if you're solid in who you are and how you feel about yourself, that can't shake you. And I said that in the recording yesterday. Like, I can listen to some of these recordings and it doesn't shake me. In fact, if I'm honest, I don't disagree with some of the things said. I really don't. A lot of it I do, because I think they're basing it more so less on a few people's opinion versus a whole. So I can just expel that stuff out. But because I know who I am, because I'm so strong in my own personal beliefs, because I'm so strong in my authenticity, and because I've marched to the beat of my own drum and I don't move with the masses, that stuff can't shake me or move me, right? Can't shake or move me. But in order for you to get to the point where, first of all, I would suggest to stop listening to that nonsense, right? I kind of see things in passing, or it might be like a short, on YouTube or something like that. But to sit there and let that stuff just penetrate your spirit, watching those videos after videos after videos, that's an issue right there. You got to be very, very careful and guarded in what you allow into your spirit. You don't want to just be taking all that stuff in, especially when you're already shaky. What is it that you don't like about yourself that you can change and you can fix? Again, it's not about what somebody said to you. It's about what you feel about yourself. Because one of you guys, you did mention your weight. Your weight has been an issue since you said you had 6 children within the marriage, and your weight is an issue. Well, sis, if weight is an issue for yourself, start getting yourself together. Start working out. Start eating more healthy. Right? Most importantly, Google healthy recipes, because many times it's not even about changing and stopping everything. It's about the stuff that we put into our food, and we can have substitute for some of those things. But whatever. But here's another thing, and really in our community, we're so conditioned to put everybody before ourselves. So even if you want to start working on yourself and working on your body, most times you don't even have the time to do so, because you're sitting here not you, but in general, you're sitting there putting everybody in front of you and taking care of everybody, and we get the scraps and we get the leftovers. So in the last several years, I have been very intentional about putting myself first, and then others get the leftovers. When you put yourself first, that gives you time to work on you. So start the process. Don't just sit there and complain about it and then don't do anything to change it if that's something that bothers you. Right? If you're someone who's heavy and you're okay with being heavy, like seriously, like I think Lizzo, in my opinion, Lizzo confidence is not a facade. I really don't feel it, right? So if you're someone and you're really comfortable with being a heavy set person, embrace that. When you embrace it, that confidence exude. But don't go losing weight based on what society says about your weight, right? Let that be for yourself. If you're fine being heavy set, listen, many men like heavy set women. I had a dude tell me one time, I'm not thick enough. He said he wants somebody to smother him. Well, sir, you need a therapy because you don't need me, right? You need a therapist. Because if you want somebody heavy enough to smother you, that's some type of weird fetish you got going on. And no judgment here, but you know. So my point is, there are people who love plus size women, but society will tell you no. And now here you're trying to lose weight, and the man that maybe God has for you who like heavy women can't even find you because you're over here, as a size 6. I ain't got time for that, honey. You size 6 chicks, do your thing, right? Do your thing, but I promise you, thick and firm. That's what we gonna do, period, right? All right. So it just breaks my heart. It really, really bothers me. I always know that self-esteem and confidence was always a issue with women, but it seems like it's even worse now. And again, I think it's because you got grown men who are just tearing women down even further, right? But to my sis who say you want to expand, I guess, like your dating arena, things like that, and you want tips and stuff like that. Sis, diversity is key. I'm going to be honest with you. Diversity is key. And I'm not sure if you're, from what I read, you it is what it is. We only know what we know, right? We feel like we're comfortable in certain settings, but it's really about pushing yourself, pushing that limit, right? Expanding where you go, expanding where you hang out at. Everybody doesn't have to look like you. Everybody doesn't have to be your age. Put yourself in environments where you deem the people to be more, more successful, more wise, more such and such. And you may feel like the oddball out, or you may feel like the elephant in the room, but that's okay. Once you push the envelope a couple of times, you will realize you fit right in. You're supposed to be there. You're supposed to be there from the first time. But it's just going to take your awareness and level of being more comfortable to get to that point. So just start really challenging yourself to start putting yourself in areas, doing things that maybe you've never done before, and you will start to really open up open up the I lost my train of thought. But just start challenging yourself, sis. Even if you have to do it alone. Don't even wait on people. If people are dragging their feet and they feel like, well, I don't want to go there, or I'm not used to being there, and I don't see anybody look like me, just go for yourself. Go for yourself. And be open-minded. Be very open-minded, right? So I hope this helps you guys. I will probably add another recording, and I will attach it to this because I've arrived to my destination, and I feel like there's some more things I want to say, but I'll attach it to this recording. So if you hear a pause, just wait for the second recording. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.